All right, welcome to Zentangles and Rainbows. We are going to start with our box paper here, and there are little guidelines on all four edges of our paper, and we're going to draw a line from one guide mark to another, and it can be any kind of a line, such as that. As long as it's going from a little mark to a little mark, whether it's at the top, the side, or the bottom. Then you're going to take your marker, and our markers are cone-tipped markers. That's going to give us a little thin line, and that's not going to be enough. So try and lay your marker down on its side to get a broader line. And you may need to go over your line more than once. So I'm trying to go right next to the original line that I made. Going back, and I'm going to need to fill in any place that I got a gap. So right here. Okay, make that nice and smooth. Then I'm going to go with my next color in the rainbow, which is going to be the orange. And I'm going to follow along right next to my red mark. Again, filling in any time that you get that white space between your colors. Once I am done with the orange, I am going to go to the yellow, and so on until my rainbow is done. So I'm going to pause the video and finish this out. All right, so here is my picture, and I have all my colors in the here. Now, it might be hard to see that there is blue and then there is purple on the outside. We do not have an indigo color, so you might want to stop your rainbow here. If you want to, there is this purplish pink. It's not really a pink. You can add that to the outside of your rainbow. It's not a color that is really officially in the rainbow, but just so you have another color on here, feel free to add it on. So I'm just going to finish this out. And don't hesitate to go off the edges of outside the edges of the square. Now make sure that your marks, you don't have a gap here. You definitely want your rainbow to touch your edges of your page. All right, so there's rainbow number one, and now I'm going to go back and I'm going to do another rainbow. So to break up this area. So I might start here and I might come around like this. You don't have to. You could just do it in half. Here are some other ones that are half finished. So here we have one in the corner. Here we have another one. Again, a corner one and a bottom one. So there's a variety of different ways that you can go about doing this. But I want to pause the video again to finish this up, and then I'll show you next steps. So we're back. And the reason why it is important for you to have your rainbows trying to get at least one or two of these little marks over here is when we join them to our big collaborative mural, we want our rainbows to be able to line up like this, or that would be upside down, right? But I could make that one connect down here like this. So yours needs to be able to connect to somebody else's in a logical way. So the next thing that you're going to be doing is adding some patterns. So I have a line and texture handout for you, and this is the easier side, and this is the challenge side. So these are Zentangles over here, so they're really tricky and they take a lot of time. So looking at how much time you have in class will determine which side you should be doing for your project. For this, we're going to be using skinny black markers, and you're going to fill in every space with a different pattern. So I might want to start here with, well, a marker that's going to work. There we go. So I'm going to do some fish scales, and when you're doing fish scales, you need to remember that you start in the middle of the scale when you're making your next row, and it goes middle to middle to middle like that. And Here's this. And you are welcome to make up your own patterns. Just keep in mind, how much time do you have? Because sometimes coming up with your own patterns takes longer than just doing something that is provided for you. But you do you. If you've got the time, go for it. All right, so there's one pattern. And then I might do, one of my favorites is the 3 lines, and then you change and do 3 lines in the other direction. I don't know why I like this one so much, I just do. Zentangles is really a time to focus on your pattern making. It is not something that you should be rushing through. So there's the next one. Another one that I like is like this one. It looks like a wood grain, like the tops of your desks. So I might start out with some, these are the knots that you have in wood. So I'm going to add a couple here like this, and then I get to just draw my lines around. So I might start like so. And again, you do not have to do the ones that I am doing by any stretch of the imagination. Do you. You do you. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to pause and finish this out. So here I am with all of my patterns done. Next, we are going to go ahead and cut on the edges. You want these to be as smooth and straight as possible. Do not cut off your corners or make fancy edges. We do need these to be straight so that they will line up with somebody else's project. Once you have these cut out, we are going to glue them. I have these great new bottles of glue. They have a brush inside, so you just wipe off one wipe to get that extra glue off. And it is one edge, the second edge, get some more glue, edge 3 and 4, and you're done. You're going to take it back to the mural, and we are going to, again, line them up in such a way that our patterns match as best as we can. However, that's going to be on whatever side. Whoop, that would be not good. There, that's better. All right, so I hope you enjoy this process. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. You can check out the mural in the back of the room and see the progress that we've made so far this week.